Here we go again. I was raised in a narcissistic home. I had a crazy narcissistic mother or father, or an enabler mother or father who exposed me to a narcissist. So here we go again as an adult. Here's the new narcissistic partner, the new narcissistic friend, the new narcissistic boss. I am magnetized for narcissistic abuse because of the way I grew up. If you've ever thought that, let me break this down for you and tell you another way to think about this. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am not a therapist, I am not a life coach, I am just someone who survived a toxic narcissistic family that was so toxic it mirrored a cult. I got out of it. This is the best advice I can offer for other people who are in similar situations to get out. If you need a therapist on YouTube, I suggest going to Dr. Romani. She's a really skilled therapist that knows all about narcissistic abuse. I'm just someone who survived it, got out, and rebuilt my life as what I want it to be. I got scammed by a completely toxic, abusive publisher. My first instinct was to go into that, woe is me, I always attract this, I'm magnetized for this because I grew up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but I wanted to offer a different perspective on this. There was 6 of us, I think, other authors that signed with this publisher at the same time. We all got abused, we all got manipulated. It was horrible for all of us. We were all in the same boat. And so I was talking to some of these other writers who I've become really good friends with, by the way. So something good came out of this. They weren't raised the way I was. They weren't raised by toxic narcissists. Their family's dynamic as children were not like mine. But some of them just had really healthy, happy families. They didn't magnetize this because they grew up with it. I was like, okay, they are in the exact same situation I am now. They are dealing with the exact same narcissist. They are in the same boat. We're all at the same level of stress and you know, horror and sleepless nights and physical problems because of this toxic person we're all dealing with. But they didn't grow up the way I did. It's because I had gone through this as a child. I started recognizing the behavior earlier than some of the new other authors who were going through this horror with me. And they were all still really trying to promote their books and get advertisements on their books and get art readers for their books and do everything they could to make the books as successful as possible. Well, I thought, no, this publisher is toxic. I'm never going to get what I need from her. None of us are. I didn't put any money into promoting that book. I just let it sit there because I was just like, I knew that this was a toxic narcissist and I was doomed if I tried to work with her any more than I already had. If I tried to promote the book, I felt like I was never going to see any money for it because we suspect she was stealing money from people. I am certainly not going to pay for advertisements where I don't feel like I'm ever going to get money back. I'm not going to invest my energy into this because I knew all of this because I'd had this experience growing up. I was able to cut ties emotionally and decide and make a decision for myself that yes, I'm still in this publishing contract, but I had a lawyer go over it. He said, you fulfilled every single obligation that you were supposed to do for this book. Now just let it sit there. You don't have to put any more money or time into it. And I didn't. But all these other people who didn't grow up in my type of family, who didn't know the signs of narcissistic abuse, who didn't see it as soon as I did. They all kept throwing money into their books, and I refused to put any more time or money or energy into this because I knew what I was dealing with. They didn't. And so they kept staying in this insanity. And so instead of looking at it like, okay, oh God, I was raised by this toxic, horrible person and I'm always going to find a new boss or a new coworker or a new partner, a new friend that's going to treat me like this. No, that's a victim mentality. Instead of looking at it like that, there are assholes everywhere and we all have to deal with them. And because you now have this experience that you know what the signs are, you can see it and you can get out of it a lot faster than most people. Try to think about it like that because it's a much healthier mindset to be in than this woe is me victim mentality. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.